Hello again, all Life Path number 9s. This is your May reading for 2019. I've already pre-done a video on the new moons and the full moons, and also with the retrogrades. I found a little bit of information on the retrograde planets at the moment, being Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, and also with Uranus in Taurus at the moment, which will be in effect for 7 years, this Uranus in Taurus. So we will have to deal with its effects on our star signs or life paths, as it would be. I'm going to do a Celtic cross for a change instead of my ones that I've been doing, and I'm also going to try and make the videos a little bit shorter and make it a little bit easier on myself. And also you guys, because you can watch them a couple of times and it's not going to take so long. So I've already pre-shuffled the cards, and all I'm going to do now is split the deck, and those will be your cards for your reading for May. So what cards do we have for Life Path number 9s? And as I place the cards down, I will tell you what position it means, what position the card is, what it means. So like this one will be you yourself. This is the card that is crossing you. This is your foundation. This is your past. And this is your present. And this is your future. This is you yourself, your environment, your hopes and fears, and your final outcome card, which is a pretty good final outcome card. Now, if I need to clarify any card, I will also use this deck, the remaining cards in this deck, to clarify. So let's get underway now with our middle cards here. So this is you. This is the Queen of Michael, brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, and humorous. Is that one there? And it says at the bottom, you know exactly what to do. The benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. So that's that's you as you stand here in May. It's basically telling you that you know what to do. You've had plans and things in motion for a long time. With the benefit of experience, especially being a Life Path number 9. So it's a time for your career rather than relationships. So you may have been contemplating different career paths, and you think it's now time to start implementing that into your life. Taking those extra courses, doing anything that you have to do to take this next step. So basically why I'm saying that is it's a time for your career rather than relationships. So by now possibly you've got your relationships where they need to be, but we'll see what happens with this card crossing. The card crossing is the 9 of Raphael. And that's that one there. Now this card says, make a wish. Dreams become reality, a joyful time of life. And when we put a card across another card like that and say it's crossing, it's a challenge. So your challenge at the moment is making a wish and making it become a reality. And also making this time a joyful time in life. So making a wish, you could say manifesting there instead of making a wish. You are now manifesting. You're now manifesting, instead of saying making a wish, making a dream a reality. So a joyful time of life. So you're bringing that into reality, you're manifesting it. So when we say a bit of a challenge, it's not really a challenge. It just means that this wish is not happening right now, You have to manifest it. You have to manifest a joyful life. You have to manifest your dreams becoming a reality. And you've got the Queen of Michael to help you with that. We'll go now to your foundation card. And it's the Seven of Michael. This is like a crossroads in life. If you can see there, you've got a person heading off down the road, and he's got two paths to follow. Archangel Michael is pointing to the lighter, brighter side, and there is also a darker side which you could travel down, meaning that it's more unknown sort of type thing, or it could be that the path that you're travelling on at the moment is this dark side. And Archangel Michael is clearly pointing to you to the other side here, where it's all lit up, it's all bright, and I think even down in the background down here you can even see signs of life. There's a house down there. So that's your foundation. And I'll read just what it says down the bottom of the card. There is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all details. So it's like a crossroads in life, but this is your foundation. It's time to take a different path in life, is basically what I'm getting from that. Even your middle cards, it's pointing to another direction in life. But there is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all details. Definitely review all details with some of these retrograde planets and everything else. I'm not going to go too much into the astrology. You can go back and watch the video I've done about all that. We'll go straight into your past card, which is a very good past card, really. You've got the Sun as a past card. The Sun says, life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. So with the Sun card being in your past, sorry, I'm just putting my glasses on so I can see the cards a little bit better. With the Sun being in your past, you've worked on yourself quite a bit. You've already probably manifested quite a lot of wonderful things. But with the Sun card, it's like, life is wonderful, great things are headed your way, and it's showing sort of in these cards. You've got a new direction in life, and especially with the Sun card there, it's like saying, your plans will succeed beyond your wildest dreams, especially with that card being in that position straight across from it. You can make your wishes come true. You can make a joyful life. You can make your dreams a reality. Very good position for the Sun card to be in. So, especially with the Sun card there, it's a matter of keeping your thoughts and your words very positive, because if they're in a negative sort of stance, that, it's not happening as quickly as you would like, all good things take time. We've all got things to work on for at least the next 6 months with these planets. This Sun card, it's, you're believing in yourself and those around you, sort of thing. Yeah. Probably enough about that card, but I'm going to go into your next card here, and it is another major arcana, which is 8 Justice, with Archangel Raguel, and it says, fight for justice and equality, rulings made in your favour, don't give up. Sorry, I'm just going to turn this heater off down here. My little room's a little bit cold today, so I like to warm it up. So those are the scales of justice, basically. Now, this could mean anything. This could be contracts. This could be any sort of thing to do with the justice system. But it's also could be some sort of career that you might be going into about the justice system. You know, this is fighting for justice and equality. Rulings made in your favour, don't give up. So whatever the situation is, and I can't quite pinpoint what it might be, when this card shows up, this could be even contracts and stuff like this. Going back down to this card down on your foundations, your foundation card, I should say, it says review all the details. So that might be where this justice card is coming in with contracts. Review all those details on a contract before you go and sign them. You know, even if you're thinking about going into a partnership with somebody, you know, review all the details. Make sure it's a fair and balanced contract that you go into with somebody. It could relate to a lot of things, that card, but only you guys will know what sort of where you're going in life at the moment. But I have a feeling that it is to do with contracts. This just contracts keeps coming up. So I'm going to go into your future card here, and it's the Page of Michael. That's that card there. It says at the top there, it says truthful, perceptive, analytical, and blunt. Okay, that is the Page of Michael. It says an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. So there again, that's where I think this card here is coming in. All these three here are to do with your contracts and legal documents. Could be taking over a new premises for business. Can mean a lot of things, especially with this Page of Michael coming up and saying an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. So that is in your future. That's your future card. So I'm pretty sure I'm right on the nail that with that justice card there. Any sort of legal documents, read over them 10 times. Get somebody else to look at them, because what you miss, somebody else might pick up. We'll go now into your card here, which is another major arcana card, which is peace. Now this card here represents you yourself, okay? So it says peace with Archangel Azrael. It says release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God, which is sometimes a very good thing to do, especially with retrogrades that we've got at the moment. They are doing their job and sending us all to where we need to be. A lot of us are heading in different directions because of these retrogrades. Some of it might take up to 7 years. With Uranus and Taurus, it's going to take 7 years for the changes to come about for each and every individual. So definitely, I mean, that's a very good card. If you can remain in this peaceful state, as it says here, peace, let go and let God, all of this might just sort things, you know, it might just sort itself out on its own without too much intervention from you or anybody else. But definitely release the past. The past has been there and done that. We're all heading into the future. Sometimes this card can represent living in the present as well. Some of us project too far into the future because there's things that I've been studying at the moment. All things can change with these retrogrades. Have a plan A and a plan B sort of type thing. But even have a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan, up to a 7 to a 10-year plan. It depends where you want to be and how far along you want to be. But just be aware that those plans could change, but probably for the better. I think May is going to be a very good month for a lot of us. This is where a lot of it's starting to kick in. Your environment card here is another major arcana card, and it's the moon. With the moon, I always say, again, read documents and stuff like that very, very carefully. Sometimes there is a hidden information that the moon will bring out. I'm going to read what it says here. It says, the opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. So, especially with this moon card, all the facts and figures haven't come out yet. There could be hidden information. We have a new moon on the 5th, and I think that's in the sign of Taurus. And we have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio, which is another sign of secrecy and stuff like that. Scorpios like to be a little bit secretive. So somewhere around those, the new moon or the full moon, you may have all the information by then, or the information will start coming out. I think the full moon is on the... Sorry, I'm just going to have a quick look at my calendar. I can't remember. Is on the 19th. So the 19th of May is the full moon. So just a heads up there. If you have any contracts or anything like that, please try and sign them after those moons. You'll know which one, because you'll know basically if it's the new moon on the 5th or whether it's the 19th, the full moon. But like it says, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. It will tell you which the right time is. Go to your hopes and fears card here, and it's the 9 of Michael. And that's that card there. It says down the bottom, your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. I think we had something down here. Is it that one or was it this one? I can't remember which one it was now, and it's not just jumping out at me, but I'm going to read that one again, 9 of Michael. Your worry is unnecessary. So if you're worrying, if you're being caused to have sleepless nights, anything like that, you're worrying unnecessarily. Just do what you have to in front of you for the day, and you know, the rest will take care of itself, especially with this card here. You know, let go and let God. There's some things that you cannot change in life, and the more that you worry about them, the more you can't change the outcome, because you're actually projecting your worries onto that situation. So like it says, you know, your worries are unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. So if you're focusing your thoughts negatively, sorry, I just keep playing with my heater. If you're focusing your thoughts negatively, that's not the outcome you want. Do all that you can in your power to focus your thoughts on the outcome that you desire. Especially with this card here, you know, this is like a desire card. This is what they call the wish card. But it is a challenge. It's going to be a bit of a challenge for you. You know, dreams become a reality. That's what you want to focus on. Your dreams will become a reality if you can focus on the positive and not the negative. And really, this being a hope or a fear, you know, like it says at the first line, you know, your worry is unnecessary. So don't worry, just do what you have to do during the day, or whatever, because, you know, this is kind of like a promise card. You can make your wishes come true. Dreams become a reality, a joyful time in life. Okay, so we need to make that your reality. Your final outcome card is the Ace of Michael. Now, aces are always new beginnings. So that's that card there, Ace of Michael. It says, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. Now that could be why you've got the Moon card here. It could be why you've got this one too. Like I said with the Moon card, there's information that you don't have yet. And I think that might be a couple of the bumps on the road that you might get with the Ace of Michael. It also says with the Peace card here, release the past. There's a more enriching future coming. That could be a couple of the bumps in the road. And or this one. And or Page of Michael. There's a lot of Michael cards here. Especially with your future card here, the Page of Michael. It says, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. Pages are always messengers as well. But sometimes they're delivered a little bit bluntly. As it says up the top here, the Page of Michael can be a bit blunt. Don't shoot messenger is what I always say with this card. It's not the messenger that is important, it's the message. So don't take offense at anybody that's a little bit blunt. I can get the glare off the cards there. But this is a new beginning. This card here is a new beginning. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. So the communication problems, maybe the Page of your future card here, the Page of Michael, being a little bit blunt and a little bit too truthful, because that's another word at the top here. Truthful, perceptive, analytical, and blunt. And sometimes when people are analytical, if I can say that word, they can be a bit blunt as well. So they have one view of how something should go and one view only. I will pull a clarifier on that Ace of Michael, see where we're going. So one card for the Ace of Michael, please. And we got another Major Arcana card, which is Divine Guidance with Archangel Sandalphon. It says down here, the search for meaning in life, consider an alternative approach, surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. It's a pretty good card for a clarifying card actually, because what it's telling you, and especially with this Moon card, sometimes you will get with a new moon or a full moon, your intuition is generally heightened. Everybody's is. But that could be where you're getting this divine guidance from. Something about that moon, these moons. I just keep going back to this card. The divine guidance, search for meaning in life, an alternative approach. Definitely, if there's a few bumps in the road, as in, that's what it says on this card here, Ace of Michael, try an alternative approach. That's what I mean about having a plan, maybe having to alter it slightly. And these could be some of the bumps on the road. So, considering an alternative approach, surround yourself with wise teachers and all friends. So, you're going to get the divine guidance, and it may come from a person that is a little bit blunt, but it's the message that you need to hear. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I think you've got a pretty good path in life coming up, especially with that card behind you. You've done the work, previously, and I'm talking about the Sun card here. That's one of the best cards in the deck. You do have quite a lot of Michael cards, so I'm suggesting that letting go and letting God, maybe even ask Archangel Michael for some help. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm hoping to be back to do mid-monthly readings. I'm hoping I've got time in May. If not, I will be back to do the June readings anyway, and we'll talk to you then. So I wish you all the best in May, and we'll talk again very soon.